Hey guys, welcome to Silicon Valley Girl. Today we're going to talk about top business ideas in 2024. And I don't want to give you some obvious ideas that you can think about yourself, like drop shipping on Amazon or starting an Airbnb. That seems pretty obvious, but I want to focus on the latest trends and new technologies that are expanding around the world. The world is changing and your business idea has to stay relevant for the next few years. And there is something I want you to remember before we go into this video. You need to choose a market that is growing and that is big. The thing is, you put the same amount of effort into building $1 billion company and building a several $100,000 company. I live in Silicon Valley and I see so many entrepreneurs every day. I talk to them every day. And the ones who chose the right market are building the $1 billion companies. And the ones who chose the market that is shrinking, they are losing in the long run. And because of that, I also base my research on how big the market is, how fast it's growing. I also decided to rank my business ideas. We're gonna start with the ones that are kind of harder to start because I'm going to talk about robotics, I'm going to talk about AI and VR, and in the second part of this video, I will talk about ideas that are kind of easy to start over a weekend. So please watch this video up to the very end to make sure you've seen all of the ideas I've prepared for you. Number 14, robotic housekeepers. This is something that Elon Musk has already announced. He stated that humans have to be ready to coexist with AI and robots. While the idea of robotic housekeepers is still in the research and development phase, Musk's vision aligns with the potential for AI and robotics to transform domestic activities. I already see I can visualize a robot in my home watering flowers, mopping the floors. Oh my god, this is something I love doing myself, but not on a daily basis. So it would be great to have that type of help. The consumer robotics market, including household cleaning robots, is experiencing significant growth. The market is projected to reach a valuation of $76 billion by 2032, with cleaning robots expected to generate maximum revenue and contribute to stress reduction and time savings for customers. So if you're excited about robotics, look into this market. Whatever business idea you choose, the first thing you'll need to make it stand out is a catchy domain for your website. That's why I highly recommend .online domains, who are also sponsoring today's video. .online is a perfect fit for all kinds of businesses, and it has immense SEO value since the word online is part of keywords searched over 500 million times every month worldwide. .online is already the second largest new top-level domain with 3.4 million registrations globally. But there is still a huge inventory of domain names available, so you're much more likely to get the name you want, unlike with .com, where most names are already taken. And it gets even better. .online has partnered with Namecheap, the world's second largest registrar, to bring you an amazing deal. As a part of its wide range of business tools, Namecheap offers a .online domain at a crazy low price of just 98 cents. That's more than 95% off its retail price. With Namecheap, being bigger, better, and bolder online has never been easier. I'll leave the link in the description, so hurry and grab your .online domain for only 98 cents. Number 13, monitoring gadgets and robots for the elderly. I promise this is the last type of robot we're gonna discuss, but I just find it so interesting how the world is changing. So first of all, we have longer lifespan, and there is a problem of an aging population and shortage of caregivers in the US. And at the same time, we have this growing robotics market, right? So according to the US Census Bureau, the older population grew by almost 40% from 2010 to 2020, reaching 55 million, which represents 16% of the total population. And these seniors need care. Some of them need someone to watch over them, even 24 hours a day. It can be a very difficult and expensive task if humans are involved. So advanced gadgets and robots for monitoring and contact with seniors can be big help here. I have a friend who actually started developing a startup where there was a camera tracking elderly movements, and it could actually tell whether an elderly person fell or something irregular happened, and it notified this person's relatives or, caregivers. But that was several years ago, before the AI, and I can see how this could be a huge idea now. So unfortunately, they gave up on that idea, but I feel like if they started this year, it could have a cool potential, especially, being acquired by a robotic company later on. The use of AI in this context has potential to revolutionize elderly care by facilitating independent living while ensuring timely assistance and support when needed. This market has a valuation of 2.5 billion right now, but it's projected that it's going to grow to $8 billion in 2033. Remember how I told you always be in the growing market, and it's only going to grow. Number 12, there's another exciting market that is being revolutionized by AI. It's actually the study and discovery of new drugs. The AI drug discovery market is experiencing significant growth, with the global market size valued at 1 billion in 2022, and it's expected to grow at a 30% rate from 2024 to 2030. An interesting example of the use of AI in drug discovery is the protein structure prediction tool AlphaFold. Researchers use it to identify hundreds of thousands of potential new psychedelic molecules, which could help to develop new kinds of antidepressants. The potential for AI to revolutionize the drug discovery process is evident, and the growing market size indicate a promising business model for companies operating in this space. We already see how AI analyzes X-rays, your test results, and here we see an even deeper application of AI. Number 11, zero waste delivery services. With the development of e-commerce activity and the growing population of online shopping, Americans are collectively spending, attention, over 1 trillion on e-commerce purchases in a year. The average American receives 3.5 packages per week. In my case, it's like 3 packages a day, which translates to approximately 182 packages a year. Just imagine how much packaging is used just to deliver things and then thrown away. And you've probably seen this online where, Amazon sends you something really small, but it has to be in this huge box full of plastic bags, right? It is not environmentally friendly, but so far, no radical solution to this problem has been found. According to a report by Precedence Research, the zero waste packaging market size is predicted to reach around 4.6 billion by 2033, and its growth rate is around 9%. This growth is driven by the increasing demand for sustainable packaging techniques and the expansion of consumer goods business. There are also zero waste grocery stores. There's a lot going on in the space, so pay attention to it. Now moving on to idea number 10, VR content. VR technology is advancing rapidly, especially given the wave of hype with Apple Vision Pro glasses right now, and the VR content niche is still a bit empty. And when I was trying Apple Vision Pro, we actually got a pair for ourselves, but we couldn't return it. The thing is, one of the applications that I see is actually spatial video, but we don't have this content yet. So when you wear Apple Vision Pro, you can see some demos, but what if it's actual spatial video where you can, kind of be in the same room with your kids? We don't have that content yet. iPhone 15 can actually shoot that type of content. So my prediction is there will be this movement towards spatial videos, especially on platforms like YouTube, Netflix, etc. For now, we only have the first version of Apple Vision Pro, but it's only going to get better and it's going to become more and more convenient. So when many people will have such VR glasses, there will be a need for some kind of new VR Instagram or YouTube. So two takeaways from here: you can either build your own platform, you can build technology that helps with VR videos, or you can start thinking of becoming a VR creator. The VR content market size is projected to reach $3.1 billion in 2024 and grow, attention, at 46% to reach $20 billion by 2029. As a creator, I'm already thinking of, creating those spatial videos just in case. Remember when 4K was introduced, how it was pushed by the algorithm, and a lot of people who started shooting in 4K, they were surfaced by the algorithm. I think the same is going to happen very soon with spatial videos. Once YouTube releases an app for Apple Vision Pro, there will be a growing demand for spatial videos, and you can be one of the first. Take this idea. I will take it for myself as well. The market's growth is influenced by content diversity, such as gaming and education. Okay, number 9, sustainable fashion rental platforms. Clothing rental services are the future of fashion world, in my opinion, especially how I see people use clothes. They put a dress on for Halloween and then it's either waiting for the next Halloween or it's not being used at all. And especially more and more people buying outfits for creating content. We just see how much demand there is for clothes that could be worn 1 or 2 times. And if you remember, guys, a couple of years ago, I talked about digital fashion. I invested in a startup called TrustX, which allows you to wear digital clothing. For now, there is not too much application for it, but there is definitely a lot of application for rental services in fashion. One of the advantages of this business is that it's a subscription model, and subscription model always wins because you can predict your demand demand because you can make your product stickier instead of constantly investing in marketing. An example you can study for inspiration in this niche is Rent the Runway company. They reported a revenue of $296 million for the fiscal year of 2022, which represented a 40% increase year over year. The company also announced that it had achieved a record high of 140,000 active subscribers in 2023, which is again a 25% growth. I think they're going to report it soon, but they expected to make 330 million in 2023. Another tip from you guys as a business owner, when I look at the market, I always try to see how much the biggest players are making, because when you start a small business, you kind of aim to become like maybe 1% of a bigger business. So when you see companies like Rent the Runway, that kind of indicates that the market is mature, that it's growing, that there is demand, because it's really hard to come up with something brand new. It's always easier to penetrate a market that already exists, where you see the demand, and so you start growing with the market. Number 8, we started this video with robots, and another business idea that I discovered is called a robots store. So the thing is, robots are still in the early stages of development. More and more of them are in demand. So we basically have something here in Silicon Valley, which is a specialized store that sells robots or some specific species of robots. So the way those stores make money is not by actually selling. They actually charge robot companies a subscription so that they can display their products in their stores. And I think it's a genius business idea, especially now when people are willing to discover new technology, but maybe they're not willing to buy right away. What we've seen with Apple Vision Pro, some people got it, but a lot of people just went to Apple stores to schedule demos. Same is going to happen to all of the new developments in the robotics market, where, you know, ideally you come to a space where you can test all the robots and decide whether you want one or not. So the most popular robots right now are cleaning robots, robots for children, and articulated robots. Also, very interesting types of robots are cobots. Of course, there are also industrial robots and robots used for entertainment. Number 7, remote health services. What I don't understand is how in 2024 healthcare services are still so unoptimized and kind of inaccessible to a huge number of people, especially if we're talking about the US. You know how expensive it is, how inconvenient it can be to get treatment here. So of course, more and more people prefer remote visits. I honestly have some doctors who are actually abroad because it's easier for me to communicate with them, because I can't really communicate with our doctors here in the US. I have to go through the nurse, and they always tell me like, oh, give us a 24-hour window to answer a question. And normally, you know, because I have 2 small kids, I want an answer right now, like, what's this rash? I don't want to go to urgent care. I just want a doctor to quickly look at it and say whether it's something urgent or not. So because I couldn't find the right healthcare for my kids, I still have some doctors abroad who are willing to help me at any time of day. And it costs a fraction of what we pay here for insurance. And every time I do this, I think this could be a cool business idea for the US, where you just contact a doctor, and not like a service that connects you to a random doctor. There's this thing called concierge medicine here, and one of my friends has it, and it's like $25,000 a year for you to be able to text your doctor. Like, this is crazy. It's a top doctor and he has all of the connections, but still, I know that in other countries it's like, I don't know, $20 per call. So this problem is slowly beginning to be solved by telemedicine and remote consultation services, but the demand still far exceeds the supply. The global remote healthcare market is projected to reach a value of $25 billion in 2030 and almost $40 billion in 2032. And the annual growth is almost 20%. So look at it. Number 6, AI sales. Sales through AI is definitely one of the next big things that will change your business processes forever. And whoever takes over this market and offers the best AI sales automation solution will 100% win, because AI can help prioritize personalization, analyze available information about prospects, and create targeted strategies that speak to their needs. And it's not only about interaction with customers, it's also about finding the prospect. The global sales intelligence market size was valued at $2.9 billion in 2022. This market is already $3 billion, and it's only going to grow. Number 5, AI tools implementation consulting. I just talked to my husband, and the new video tool Sarah has been just released, and we've been talking a lot, like, what do you do when AI is progressing at such a fast pace. Like, we knew this was going to come out, but we thought it was going to come out in 2025, 2026. And I was talking to him and I was like, what's the best course of action for regular people? And I think the best course of action is to study whatever is trending in your market, in your niche. And there is a market connected with that. Is called AI Tools Implementation Consulting. So basically, if you are the one who studies all the tools, like I can study all the AI tools for creators, I could later on consult independent creators or media companies on how they could implement AI tools and services in their business. Because often entrepreneurs and creators continue to spend thousands, sometimes millions of dollars on human labor because they simply don't understand that AI can already do the job. Like research, I use Perplexity. I'm gonna use Sarah for B-roll. We're using Midjourney for some thumbnails or some B-roll photos. And basically, an AI consultant analyzes the structure of a company and proposes strategy on how to optimize through new AI tools. And you might say, but Marina, wouldn't there be another AI assistant who would consult you on how to use AI tools? Honestly, I don't know, but this market is already 55 billion and is expected to grow to 450 billion in 2031. Okay, number 4 is actually a consumer-facing business with excellent service, and I want to just, inspire you guys. If you're an offline person and you think like AI robots, okay, but there are day-to-day things that are not fixed yet. Like, it's so hard to find a healthy place to eat. And it's my personal pain that the US is so far behind European countries in terms of service. And if there is a good restaurant or a beauty salon with beautiful interior, fine dishes, and excellent service at the European level, there is immediately a full occupancy and prices are 3 times higher than average because the supply is almost non-existent and the demand is huge. So please, if you want to open an offline business with excellent service, text me. I'm ready to be your first customer in the US, but I think we really, really need it. I feel like the US, I know that it was initially a country where immigrants came to make money. They didn't care about, porcelain mugs or plates. But honestly, I feel like we as a society are moving towards appreciating the beauty, appreciating the luxuries, and I miss that. Even like I was talking to some of my friends and they were comparing Ritz-Carltons here in the US and in Europe. And they said like the devil is in the details. If you go to Ritz-Carlton Paris, all of the dishes, they will be piece of art. Here in Ritz-Carlton, it's just something average. I never noticed that myself, but when they told me that, I started noticing those details. Number 3 is drop servicing. So it's similar to drop shipping. You can outsource services to others and take commission on sales. And when I say others, I also mean AI. And this can be anything from graphic design, copywriting, virtual assistant, or video editing services to translation and much more. Great places to sell such services are Fiverr and Upwork, and I just started outsourcing my video editing to India. I found amazing people who started a company editing videos for American creators, and the price is unbeatable. And it's still the market, and I'm pretty sure a lot of editors are using AI tools to make their job faster. Number 2. This is a trend for 2024, and it's called art pancakes. Remember how boba tea started taking over the Western world? Here's another idea from the East. Art pancakes are popular food and entertainment from Thailand, which could be the next boba tea or take over the American market. It looks like a huge stove with a bunch of cans of colored dough, and kids can draw themselves a pancake and eat it. It's both delicious and fun. There are also pancake artists who can make real pieces of art out of the batter. My parents live in Thailand and they've been living there for 4 years now, and it's just incredible how many ideas we can take from Thailand to the US. The market for art pancakes is diverse, ranging from traditional handcrafted pancakes art to technological innovations like 3D printed pancakes. There's something that changed my life a lot in the past year. I'm already using AI's automatic video translation, video editing, and experimenting with video thumbnails that AI makes from scratch. And even though new services for creators are popping up every day, this market is still just starting out. The AI content generation market is expected to reach almost $6 billion by 2029. There are still a lot of unmet needs. There are manual edits, Photoshop, etc. And you can definitely carve out a niche for yourself. Products that started in this niche a couple of years ago are now taking off in terms of users and revenue. For example, and I talked about this, the app is called HeyGen, an app I use regularly. They reached 1 million in annual recurring revenue in March. And in October, they already made $10 million. That's 2023. When I first discovered them, I just loved their feature when they translated everything into a different language and it sounded super naturally. And you know, the technology and the demand is there. So today they're making $18 million according to Forbes. The next business idea is actually evolving from the first business idea that I just mentioned. This is actually creating an AI tool for your niche. My first business was in study abroad. And my first initial thought when I saw the market, I was like, we need to create a platform to make it all standardized, because every university had their own websites and their catalogs and brochures, and it was really hard to navigate in that world. And my initial approach was like, let's build a website that has everything. So what we realized in the process, and we've been there for like 10 years, we eventually stopped making this booking.com for study abroad experiences just because AI came to the market. And what we can do now, we can basically ask AI, we can create a chat bot where you ask, what's the best university for me to study in? Do they provide scholarships? How much it costs to study there? What are my chances? Like, assess my chances. You see where I'm going? You take your expertise that's existing, and instead of building a whole website or a booking platform, you just build an AI chatbot. And there are so many tools out there. You can hire a developer for your business who's going to build that AI chatbot. But instead of building something really heavyweight, start utilizing AI chatbots in your industry. And if I had to start our business all over again in 2024, the number one thing I would do is hire an AI developer to help me develop the chatbot that will help people with admissions. This market is expected to grow remarkably at 36% from 2024 to 2030. Business idea number 10, anything that's related to connecting people offline. There's been recently a research that most of dating starts online, which is crazy, especially for me. I met my husband when we studied together. Like, seriously, did we ever see this coming to this, where we meet our spouses online? But this trend is only growing, and we meet our friends online and then hang out offline. We meet our spouses there. Remember when we used meetup.com to find local meetups to meet other people? This market has evolved significantly. Some of my friends are building an app called locals.org where you can organize events. But the thing is, there is such a huge demand right now to connect with like-minded people in different locations. So if you're a digital nomad in Bali, I don't know, you're traveling all the time, or maybe you're a family with kids who are traveling to different countries. Create a community around whatever you're doing. It could be subscription-based, it could be a paid group within WhatsApp or Telegram or whatever. But basically connecting a small group of people who are in the same situation as you are can be a great business in 2024. I know I am talking a lot about AI in this video, but we're in 2024, and what else do we have left to do? We have to focus on AI. Like, this is a genius business idea. I actually saw my engineer friends, so they trained the ChatGPT app for their kid. They told ChatGPT that their kids like this certain character, that they like to read stories about space, that right now they need to learn English language grammar, that they like this color, they like this food, this is their interest. Like, they gave the app the whole background. And because they're engineers, they could kind of make it professionally. And so this AI chatbot replaced cartoons for that kid, because now the kid interacts with ChatGPT, asks questions, but basically what they ask ChatGPT to do is to come up with a bedtime story when parents don't have enough time to come up with a professional, story to captivate the kid's interest. Of course, it cannot replace the child-parent interaction, but in order to make their free time more productive, because for example, my kids would just sit down and watch like Nasta like crazy. What if they could interact with a chatbot that will create stories for them on the go, suited for their particular needs these days? Like, okay, I'm struggling to put my 2-year-old in a separate room. She wants to sleep with me in my bed. Can you come up with a story that will be great for a 2-year-old. Lily likes this, this, and that. Can you come up with a story to help her transition into her own room? Just think about that. This app could really help a lot of parents there. Of course, you need to understand kids' psychology. You need to understand how to build AI. But this could be an app with a huge, huge, huge potential. Yesterday, I returned from Hawaii. And when I was exiting San Francisco airport, I finally saw this billboard that I've been waiting for, because I'm originally from Russia, and in Russia, they've been delivering healthy food to airports and railway stations for years now. And I finally saw this Uber delivery to Terminal 3. I was like, wow, okay, I need to explore that. The thing is, and you know how the reality works here in the US, you fly economy, you fly for 6 hours, you get crackers. Doesn't matter if you travel with kids, you're left with no food. And what we normally do, we start cooking food and we have our nanny who helps us with that. But not all the families can do that. So if you could come up with some kind of project that delivers healthy food to airports, because again, if you are traveling from, I don't know, San Jose airport, does it have any healthy food restaurants? No, it doesn't. What I brought to my last flight were slices of papaya, buckwheat, what else did we bring? Cucumbers, and beef patties, because I want to eat healthy on an airplane. I don't want to take a burger from a local restaurant with bad oils, etc. Please come up with healthy food delivery to airports. Black kitchen, whatever, but that would be a great, great business. And I think the hardest part in this business will be actually figuring out the delivery to the airport, because there are certain regulations. But again, when you start small and you figure that out on the go. So I think it's brilliant. I would personally use it. And by the way, the next business idea, I am talking about this, but I'm so glad. Remember when I made those videos a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, I told people, like, if you start one of those ideas, please reach out, because I'm happy to help. So someone actually reached out. They started healthy food delivery by local people. So they're going to deliver a home cooked meal to Los Altos, and the meal is going to be cooked somewhere, you know, locally by a family. Oh my goodness. Again, I know a lot of families here in the Bay Area who they don't have time to cook, and they rely either on heating up frozen food, which is not healthy at all, or they rely on DoorDash deliveries, which is also not healthy. What if you could just order from another local family, you know, Russian or Slavic, this is what I would do, or like Italian. You control the ingredients, so you tell them not to use canola oil when they fry things. Organic meat, organic eggs. You come up with a list of requirements and they cook for you. You support local people and you also eat healthy. I'm glad this is coming to Los Altos, but I'm not sure it's coming to the whole America or to your country, wherever you're watching from. Research that. Could be huge. Very operational, like super operational. You need to have a lot of skills in managing a lot of people, regulations, making sure their kitchens are clean, etc. But that could be a game changer for a lot of people. The global meal kit delivery services market size was 20 billion in 2022 and is expected to grow at 15% rate from 2023 to 2030. Okay, and since we're talking about kids and food, you know how focused I am on bringing the best business ideas from the outside world to the US? You probably know that if you've been watching me for a while. But basically, one of the things that I see a lot in other countries that is not too widespread in the US, and I think Americans would actually appreciate it, are restaurants, since we're talking about food, restaurants with babysitters. Like, I am willing to pay extra $30 for someone to watch my kid while I'm having a romantic dinner with my husband. Yes, of course you could have a nanny, but what if the kids don't want to stay home with a nanny? What if they want to go out with you? Why not have a special corner in your restaurant with a person who's there maybe from 5 to 9 p.m. Doesn't have to be the whole day. But where you can either pay extra or maybe it's included in the service to leave your kids with that person. And I've seen that in Thailand, I've seen that in Dubai, I've seen that a lot in Russia. And I see how many people come there with their kids. For you, it's higher check because kids are going to eat. You can charge a separate fee for a nanny. I know there's only one similar thing I've seen here in the Bay Area. There is a fitness club in Los Gatos. And they actually have a kids room. And when I saw that, I was like, no way this is happening. But this is a great thing to do. Either it's a fitness club with a kids room, maybe it's a restaurant with a kids room, maybe it's whatever, art gallery with a kids room. think about the kids, please. For some reason, I think America is very individualistic, and a lot of people like, take care of your own stuff, but let's help each other with raising families, please. Business idea number 3, home organizing. I recently worked with a home organizer. She actually wrote a book and she's been in the industry for 10 years. But those people have pretty high rates and they're actually very efficient. They charge from $200 to $375 per project for a single room, or up to $5,000 for major home organization. But I don't want you to just start this business and do everything by yourself. She has this whole network of people who took her course, learned her method. She has an affiliate program with Amazon and all of the stores where you can buy all of the boxes and containers. And she's developing this whole service that matches you with people in the industry. I think this is genius. I think more and more people are trying to live more sustainably, recycle things. If you include selling those things for those people at a 50% commission, I don't mind. If you come to my house and you say, okay, I'm going to sell these things for you on eBay, but I'm going to take 50%, I will just let you do that because I don't have time for that. My assistant charges $30 an hour and, and it's not going to be too efficient. But that kind of holistic service and home organization is going to have a lot of demand in bigger cities like New York, San Francisco, the Bay Area, Los Angeles, and in big cities in your country. Number 2 is an app that helps you, or whatever, an AI chatbot that helps you find a profitable Airbnb. We just recently bought a property in Hawaii, but I've been researching the market for a year. I've been going to Carmel, I've been touring a lot of counties here in California, only to find out the regulations are crazy and California is not the best market. But when I was looking for information on YouTube, it was really hard to find anything. And only when I met our broker, who only specializes on the Big Island, he was able to tell me, yes, the economics are going to work. You're going to cover your mortgage with your Airbnb income. So we bought in the Big Island. And then I met a guy who specializes in Boca Raton and he knows the areas. But what if I'm just starting out and I don't know anyone in the industry? How do I find out that area? So this could be both. This could be an app that tells you like, hey, these are the top 10 counties. Because you can find that information online, but they never talk about regulations. They talk about like, oh, LA is a great area for an Airbnb. Oh, really? Like if you look at the counties, almost everywhere it's prohibited. Or like there is such a restrictive limit that you won't ever become profitable. So if there is an app where I say like, hey, I have $200,000 for a down payment. I'm looking for an Airbnb where my mortgage is gonna be covered by my income. Please find that area and please find specific houses. So you basically integrate Zillow, you integrate AirDNA, and you have an AI analyzing all of the local county rules. This could be a game changer for this market. You could be acquired by AirDNA, you could be acquired by Zillow, or you could just be a great standalone app. Please do that. And business idea number 1 is actually my favorite and something that I started doing myself. Proud to say that. I'm actually transitioning from just being in front of the camera to producing YouTube channels. We've recently launched several YouTube channels in the niche where I understand. But it's just amazing that I know a lot of people want to be on social media and you see how much YouTubers are making and how much everyone is talking about a, faceless YouTube channel, etc. I wouldn't say it's an easy business idea, but if you understand the market, like for example, I understand test taking and I understand there's a lot of free real estate on YouTube when it comes to tests. So we started doing that. Basically, if you're an expert in something, you understand a certain area, a certain niche, and you don't want to be in front of the camera, learn how social media works. Find a person to be in front of the camera or create a faceless YouTube channel. Again, this is not the easiest idea out there. You have to have all the expertise. You have to understand how everything works. And you need to have some start capital because you need to pay for editing, you need to pay that person. In our experiments, you need at least 4 to 5 months to become profitable with a channel. But again, I have a 10-year experience on YouTube and I understand how it works. So it's going to take you longer. But I feel it's such a huge opportunity to occupy this free space on YouTube in your area of expertise without having to be in front of the camera. Now let's proceed with the first idea. And honestly, I'm actually exploring it myself. It's called UGC, User Generated Content. And Earlier on, it was so difficult for creators to make money because you either had to be a huge creator and you had to work with brands all the time. The world is changing now, and you can make money as a creator without the actual following. So here's how it works. Brands need ongoing social media content to showcase their products. And it's really expensive for a brand to hire a model, hire a production team, write scripts, to create some pieces of content for those social media. So they found a way to just engage with other people who can create content or review products to create those videos for them. And to do this, they're willing to pay creators to film reviews, unboxings, or even viral videos featuring their products. Apart from being paid, there is another advantage that products are being sent to you for free and you get to keep them. And in order to start creating user-generated content, you don't need much investment, just a smartphone with a good camera. Now, the ideal way to start this will be to just pick several products in your house and try to film several videos. Get inspired by other creators who review products all the time. Try to create a video that you would consume by yourself and create a profile on Instagram, for example, where you will post, let's say, 10 videos of you unpacking different products. Tag those companies. That's your first step. It's like your portfolio. The next step will be signing up on platforms for UGC creators. And I will name some platforms later in this video, but let's talk about making money. How much you can earn really depends on your current skills. I would say the average fees are $150 per video, $250 per video. If you agree that the brand will be using this video as an ongoing promotion, that could be $300 a month ongoing payments. There are also several categories that tend to pay more, like reviewing alcohol, like reviewing financial apps. Anyways, you have to sit down and explore. You have to sit down and learn the process of creating videos. Here are some platforms to sign up for. And again, every platform is different depending on the niche. Also, the terms are sometimes different. Sometimes you just sell your videos for $150 and the brand does whatever it wants with it. So just be careful. But again, I'm super excited about this. I think it's another income stream for me as a creator. But also, I can totally see how people who are just starting their creator journey, who don't know how to monetize, they can just start off filming videos for brands. Okay, here are the platforms to sign up for. Collie, Trend, Aspire, Incense, Brands Meet Creators, Billow, Popular Pays, Join Brands, FUPM, to find brands, Mini Social, Social Cat, Skeepers, BZZ Agent, The Right Fit. ZipRecruiter provides annual salary ranges for UGC content creators in the US. The top earners can make up to $128,000 a year. Realistically, if you're starting this year, I would say a couple $1,000s by the end of this year. Again, if you're passionate about it, if this is something you really want to do. At least this is my hope. My hope is like 5 to 7K a month by the end of this year. Let's see how it goes. The next business idea is called email list automation services. And honestly, right now, I'm looking for someone to do this for me as a creator. So basically, I'm producing videos, I have my content, but as you know, no emails, no sales. And I haven't been consistent with building my email list. And honestly, I haven't been consistent in sending emails. So I need a person who will come over to my team, review all of the content that I have, and just come up with emails for me. Build that email list, ask people to subscribe, make sure that sets up KPIs in terms of how many people we have on the email list, how many people open our emails, can we sell ads in that email list, can we actually sell a product. And if you applied for this job 2 or 3 years ago, of course, I would require high quality copywriting skills. But these days, AI is so helpful. There are so many tools that now help you convert one piece of content to another piece of content. For example, you can take a video from YouTube and convert it into text. You can just dictate whatever you want to an app. I think Ali Abdal just released this app where you just talk to this app and it creates a perfect text for you. So basically, starting such a service requires computer and copywriting skills. Email list builders can earn anywhere from a few $100s per month when starting out to over $10,000 a month as top earners. And honestly, I've seen people charge $20,000 per email funnel, but these are people who are high professionals. They've been doing marketing for a while and they're good copywriters. If you're just starting out, I would expect again $2,000 or $3,000. I think I would pay like $1,000 to a person to do this part-time, to come up with emails for me based on my content and grow my email list. And of course, you won't be limited to just one client. You can work with many creators. And since we're talking about the creator economy today, oh my God, I have another interesting opportunity for you. I've seen the rise of creator COOs, but you can start as a creator sales manager. Let me dive a little bit deeper into this. this. So basically, creators are people who are creative, but not, I would say like 95% of the creators are not really entrepreneurs. So there is this new job on the market where a COO comes to a creator and says, hey, I'm gonna set up the whole business process, review your legal stuff, match you with agencies, match you with brands, work with you on launching your own products. Maybe it's a digital product, maybe it's a physical product, and it's kind of cool. But of course, becoming a creator COO requires a lot of skills, which you can just learn in a couple of days. But there is something you can start with. You can become creators sales manager, meaning, again, we talked about UGC, right? This is an opportunity for creators. There are so many platforms where you can sign up as a creator and get brand deals. And if you start as a sales manager, like come to a creator and say like, hey, I can help you monetize your content through UGC, through additional brand deals, I can set you up with PR list. And honestly, I'm already working with a couple of people like that, and I'm paying them based on the volume of dollars that they're bringing in. And sometimes they charge 10%, sometimes they charge 20%. They also have an hourly rate, and it doesn't require a lot of upfront education. If you're already following creators on social media, if you're already interested in the creator economy, I'm sure it wouldn't be difficult for you to research all the platforms and to make sure you understand how to build different revenue streams for a creator. I think this is the future. It's just crazy, guys, how the creator economy is transforming with, it's becoming so much easier for people to make money, so everybody becomes a creator. But how do you build a business out of it? How do you grow as an entrepreneur? Here's when you can come in and become a sales manager for a creator if you don't want to create content. Salaries here can be totally different. As I mentioned, 10 to 20% of whatever you're bringing to a creator, plus an hourly fee of, say, $30 an hour, up to $60 an hour, depending on your experience. The next business idea is also in high demand right now, and this is a digital product creation for businesses and creators. I know there are some AI tools that are trying to tackle this problem. Basically, they scrape all your content from your Instagram and they come up with a digital product. But the thing is, it's not the quality that I would honestly sell to my subscribers. When we create a digital product, I work with a methodologist, and normally our digital products are 150 pages long based on our paid content, and other creators need those people who will come in and say like, hey, let's create a digital product. For example, the topic of your blog is how to optimize space in your office. Can you just record something for me, like a voiceover 30-minute podcast of the best practices, and I will create a digital file, a digital download. I will research the products that you mentioned and include affiliate links. And this is how you create a digital product for a creator. And again, you can charge either a one-time fee of like $500 for creating this product, or you can do like 20% of sales and also help with marketing. So I don't even know the right title for this job. But again, I've seen these people on the market. I've seen the demand grow for these people. And I would say like digital product creator. Again, you can work with creators, and you can also work with businesses who honestly are constantly looking for online revenue streams. For example, if it's a local restaurant, why not create a digital product with their recipes and maybe like a list of the best farms where they source their products. Their ideas are everywhere. It's just the matter of whether you're interested in them or not. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is paid community, and I'm currently a member of 2 paid communities. One of them costs like $15 a month. Oh, actually 3. One of them costs $15 a month. One of them costs $40 a month. Another costs $1,000 a month. Of course, they provide different types of value. One is motivational, one is nutrition, and one is for creators. Honestly, why am I paying for this information? Because I know people who are creating those channels are actually putting effort into those channels. And I love being among people who are paying for information, because it means they're also as interested as I am. And there are so many ideas flowing around. Like if there was a club to subscribe to, like daily healthy school lunches club, where you give like affiliate links to products and also create lunches for kids, because this is such a huge problem. Oh my god, guys, I think a whole video is coming on like the topic of nutrition in American schools. And yes, it's free, we're getting lunches and breakfast for free, but like they're bad. They're really bad. This nation's health is declining, and I see why. So starting a paid community, helping moms make sure their kids are actually growing without any problems related to those bad lunches, like obesity and whatever, and hormone problems. But that's another story. That's another video. But creating an online community will not only provide you with a steady income, because it's a subscription model, right? It will also allow you to build a community of like-minded individuals. And again, we mentioned healthy lunches, could be a yoga club, baking group, cross-stitching circle, or a book club. Members pay a monthly or yearly fee to participate in events, access exclusive content, and engage with others. And it's really easy to set up using platforms like Circle. Monthly subscription can be set up with Stripe. So All of the online tools are already there. You can build a Telegram mini app. This is something that I'm trying to do. So everything is already built for your future paid community. The next idea is YouTube automation or affiliate marketing. I recently had two really interesting interviews on this channel. The first was with Jake Tran, who makes 1.2 million just from YouTube AdSense on his faceless channels. And the second was with Charlie Chang, who makes $185,000 a month from affiliate marketing on YouTube. So if you're interested in making money on YouTube, be sure to watch those two episodes. They'll give you a solid understanding of how it works and where to start. In a nutshell, affiliate marketing works like this. YouTubers create videos related to products or services that they promote, and this can include reviews, tutorials, unboxings, just like UGCs we discussed in this video, but UGCs that we discussed were for short videos, vertical. This is for long form. And then you share unique affiliate links for these products, and viewers click them, they make the purchase, and creator earns commission. This commission can range from a few dollars to several $100s, depending on the product you're promoting. If you're promoting a credit card, you're likely getting hundreds of dollars. You can appear in the video yourself, or you can outsource the production, compile it from B-roll footage with a voiceover, if you prefer to not be on camera. But again, watch Jake Tran's interview. He's the best in faceless videos. And we're also actually doing some faceless videos for my topic, English language learning and test prep, and they're working well. And as I mentioned earlier, people make millions of dollars a year from this kind of business, but it is crucial to choose the right affiliate programs and to know the art of creating videos on YouTube. Again, with any business idea, you have to be passionate and you have to tell yourself, I will make this work. Because if you're setting anything with an approach like, oh, I'll try, maybe if it doesn't work in the first 2 weeks, then I will just abandon it. I don't think it's a good approach because it's really easy to give up when you have this kind of mindset. My most successful business ideas came from the mindset when I told myself, I have to solve this problem. I'm one of the best to do this. I'm definitely one of the most passionate people about this problem. This is when it worked. Okay, another one is print on demand. Print on demand is a business model where products are only printed and produced after the order is placed. And again, if you're in education, I think it is a great business idea because if you want to start something for kids where they learn how to draw, you don't need thousands of dollars to print your first batch. You just create the product, and then if people order it on Amazon or other platforms, they print them for you. This eliminates the need for inventory and allows for product customization, so you don't need any upfront investment to start your business. Of course, you need to understand the niche. You need to research trending designs and products. There are actually so many resources. You can just go to Amazon products and see whatever there is demand for, how many units are being sold. This research can be done, and popular products include t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, phone cases, wall art, posters. Again, because I'm from education, we see a lot of demand for like handbooks or things for the kids, different flashcards. The most popular platforms for selling print-on-demand products are Etsy and Shopify, and the global print-on-demand market size was valued at $6 billion in 2022, and it is expected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 25%, which is a lot. And an average print-on-demand business owner makes around $10,000 in almost passive income. Voiceover services. Yes, AI is there, and yes, AI is doing a great job, but we still lack emotion, and people are still using actors for voiceovers. And I still use actors for voiceovers. Yes, 50% of my voiceovers are replaced by AI, but I still need people who process that. And voiceovers are on the rise across various industries, including advertising, e-learning, video games, audiobooks, YouTube videos, and more. The audiobook industry alone is valued at $4 billion. And I can't imagine the whole audiobook narrated by AI. So there is still demand for voiceover businesses, especially if you're an English language native speaker. I teach so many creators who take my course, and a lot of them don't speak English well, but they want to participate in the American market because this is where brands pay the most. So they hire voiceover actors or they work with AI. Starting a voiceover business requires a relatively low initial investment. All you need is a good microphone, a computer, and your voice. And of course, you can add additional services like voiceovers with AI or script writing or audio production. The average voiceover artist charges around $500 per project, but again, you start with lower rates, but experienced voiceover artists can earn between $3,000 and $5,000 a month. That was it for me for today, guys. I hope I inspired you to start a business. There are so many opportunities in this world. It's all about being dedicated to several business ideas, exploring your interests, pushing till the end, not giving up week one when nothing happened. It's a step-by-step process, and the ones who stay longer, they win. Hopefully I inspired you to live a better life and explore more things in this world, because it's getting bigger and it's getting, I guess, more exciting in some areas. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to Silicon Valley Girl, and I'll see you later. Bye.